What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to day 4 of this SPY 30-minute chart series. So about a week ago, I discovered that, SPY was reacting really well on the 30-minute chart, and there were a lot of really great setups and plays on that chart for SPY on the 30-minute chart. So what I decided to do a video on it, on how it worked the week of September 6th, and now I'm going to do a day-by-day breakdown for you guys on how you could have played SPY, where you could have won and where you would have lost. So this is day 4, and let's get started on it. Okay, so someone asked me on Twitter, they said, I can't see the dates, I can't see the time. So this first bar is the very first 30-minute bar of the day. For me, it's at 7:30. For the East Coast, it'll be at 9:30, okay? So, and then each bar is just 30 minutes after that. 7:30, 8, 8:39, 9:30, 10. I'll try and get it in the screen a little bit better on the next one. Maybe I can do this. Let's try that. Hopefully this will work out better for you guys. Okay, so here is the very first 30-minute bar of the day. Okay, so we open down here, and then, we open up top and then we trended down. So I put this blue line in to let you guys know where the flip happens on the daily. So anything above this blue line is green, anything below that blue line is red. And I'm only taking calls if we have a signal to the upside above that blue line, and I'm only taking puts if we have a signal below that blue line for puts. So candle number 1, 30 minutes, 7:30, we open up, we trend down, and let's see where the next candle happens. So the next candle opens, and then we come all the way up. So this, ladies and gentlemen, this yellow line is our trigger. As soon as we pass through, that is my signal to purchase. Okay, and I've gone back and marked out these green lines represent the targets. So if we go back, we have to go far back, like all the way into July, I think. But you can see I've marked them. I've marked them out here. Okay, just the bottoms of the wicks. And then then from there we move to the top of the wick because that's the next one available. So let me zoom back in here. So like I said, you have to go all the way back to July to mark out those targets for this setup. Okay. I'm just going to zoom in here so you guys get a better look. Okay, there we go. So we trigger and we come through the first target. Now, I'm going to get the stop loss line in here. I always use red as the stop loss. And I had a one-on-one with a guy, and we actually went through this setup. And the hardest part of trading, guys, is the psychology of trading and actually getting out where you need to get out and not hoping that it goes higher. Our society is so set on winning big and winning huge all the time that realistically those small wins in the long run will be way better off for you guys. So this is what happens in this trade. We trigger. You can put your stop loss at that line. But then once we trigger this first profit target, this green line right here, just put your profit target. I can't put this on the green line because I'll lose the red line. It's a weird thing that TradingView does. But put your stop loss to that green line. Okay? And that becomes your stop loss. And then when we come through the next target, again, you can give yourself a couple target stops. So you can leave it here. That's fine. Or you can leave it here. Okay? But when this thing comes back through, you better have been out at least at this trigger line. This was a winning trade. Okay, you guys should have won on this trade. 384.62 to 385.11 at the worst. Okay, at the very worst, you guys should have made profit on this trade. And I'm going to show you something because the next candle, let's say you held. Okay, I don't like on these 30-minute charts when you're playing options. I don't like holding it to the bottom of the candle. This is way too big of a range for us to wait. The most would be 50% of this candle at the very most. These are big candles. So we're going 384.62 all the way to 382.13. You're going to lose your account if you're waiting for the bottom of this candle. So it's a little bit more strategic in that way, where 50% is the most I would wait of this candle to get out, the very most. Okay, so let's go to the next candle and we'll see what happens. Okay, so let's say you held and you're like, ha, I told you this thing was going to come back up. Great. That's the next target. Okay, so at the very best, you got out at 385.40 instead of 385.11. So an extra 29 cents. Sure, it was an extra, but this is a whole lot of it's not needed. Okay, the stress that trade puts on you, wondering, oh my gosh, am I going to lose this trade completely or not? And again, I will come back to psychology of a trade every single time, because that is the biggest part, guys. You have to be comfortable with taking your profit here and knowing that this might go back up, but you took your profit. And like I told the student last night, you take 10% a day for the week. If you can get 10% every day for a week and you're using the same capital, you made 50% on the week. And then if you can do that the next week, you made 200% profit on the month. Okay? And those small gains will add up. They will add up, but you have to be comfortable taking that, okay? And you have to realize the risk. There's risk in every trade. Okay, so we go to the next candle. This, again, so we've come back down the blue line. Our hourly and our daily are red. This is the second hour of the day. And this, again, would have been an actionable signal. Okay, to jump in there. But it would have been a losing trade. Because, let me put in one more green line there. That would have been your target. You've got no place to get stopped out. And then then the next candle, you come down here, you didn't hit your target. Okay? So again, you could have used this 50% stop here. You could have used this trigger, original trigger, as your stop. But you would have been out of this trade. Okay? This would have been a losing trade on that one. So we'll call it 1-1 on the day. Okay, we go to the next candle. We're back onto the winning side, okay? If you're waiting around this long, if you wanted to keep playing after you went 1-1, so we take triggers at that line, okay? Let me go get my red candle, or pink, whatever color it is. Okay, so now we can put our stop losses here at that trigger, that original trigger. You can put it at your first target. Okay? Or you can say, I hit my second targets, I'm good, I'm out of this trade. So very worst case scenario, guys, you should have got out with a win on this trade if it comes back through this target. So we go to the next candle. There you go. We open, come down, and back up. So actually, very worst, you should have been break even, but you should have been at least out at this target, okay? So again, 2 winning trades, 1 losing trade. So we go open the next candle, and we're back up. Now I go through this every video. Is this an actionable signal? Right there. If you answered yes, you're wrong. Okay? We need this hourly and this daily both to be green. We've only got the hourly green. Okay? We need that daily to be green as well. Okay? So that day won't flip to green till way up here. So we go to the next candle. And we come back down. Okay? So this here would have been an actionable signal to come back to the downside. Looking for triggers. And this is, again, this, guys, is if you're still trading this far into the day. So we're at noon by this point, so that's 2 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, so trigger, come through, and back up. So if this is me, you can have your stop losses, Again, somewhere at that 50% candle or the original trigger. So we go to the next candle and we're back up through. So again, now you're 2 and 2 if you're still trading at this point. So this is now 12:30 or 2:30 Eastern time that we're looking at. So now we're above the blue line again. Okay, we're back above this blue line, which signals that the day is green. Now that doesn't make it an actionable signal. I need an actionable signal above that blue line. So yes, we triggered above and it went green, but that's not what I'm looking at, and that's not what I'm looking for. So the next candle, there we go. We come down and then we come back up. There is our actionable signal here. Okay, so there's your trigger. And then we start marking out. I'm going to delete that line. Then we start marking out targets. So there's target 1. Take these out. Whoops. Take these out. And take these out. Okay, and there's target number 2. So from here, you can say two things. You can put your stop loss there. You can put your stop loss there. Or you can keep your stop loss at, 50% of this candle. Call it right there. Okay, I don't know what the next candle is bringing. And there we have it. So even if you use this as your original trigger or your stop loss, you're still in that trade because you didn't come through it. But now we've come back up. So now you have an option here, guys. As we come through that target, you can make that your stop loss. Or you can make this one your stop loss. If it's me, that's my stop loss, okay? That's a big enough trade for me to take profit on. For sure it is. Okay, so we go to the next candle. And there. So yes, this came back up and a little bit higher. But this isn't going to make the difference in your trading career, okay? Make sure you manage your risk. That's the end of the day. That's the last candle of the day, guys. So what did we go? 3 and 2 on the day. If you took every single possible trade, we went 3 wins, 2 losses. Okay? If you would have just taken that first trade of the day and we're done, it's another profitable day, which we've been able to do every single day with this stuff. And that's really the simplicity of trading this 30-minute chart. You need some patience, but from what I've seen over the last 4 days, you should have had a profitable week. If this was the only thing you were trading, you should have had a profitable week. Okay? So if you want, guys, paper trade this next week. Take a look at it, paper trade it, look at where you could have got in, where you could have got out, and get confident with how this would have played out. Okay? That's a video. This weekend we've got daily setups coming out. I'm giving away that $50 this weekend, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to do a little video with my daughters. They're going to pick the winner. It's complete random, whatever they decide. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Subscribe down below and get in on that Discord. The link for the Discord is down below. Everything I offer for you guys, fee or free based, is located in that Discord. So get in there, join up. And let's learn and learn together. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.